The message today is believe, only believe. Large crowds followed Jesus as he came down the mountain, and suddenly a man with leprosy approached him. The man said, "Lord, if you are willing, heal me and make me clean." Jesus reacted and reached out and touched him and said, "I am willing, be healed." And instantly the leprosy left him. Then Jesus said to the man, "Don't tell anyone about this, but go and show yourself to the priest and let him examine you. Take along the offering required by the law of Moses for those who have been cured of leprosy. This will be a public testimony that you are cleansed." Just a reminder, folk, this is talking about the ceremonial law, not the Ten Commandment law. A Roman centurion had heard about the healing words of Jesus. He felt unworthy to approach Jesus. So he asked some Jewish elders if they would tell Jesus about his slave who was paralysed and in great pain. So when Jesus returned to Capernaum, the elders came to Jesus and put forth the Roman credentials of how he was worthy to be helped. Jesus said, "I will come and heal him." The officer heard Jesus saying he would come and heal him, and the officer replied, "Lord, I'm not worthy for you to come into my home. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed." I know this because I am under authority to my superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only have to say, "Go there," or "Come here," or "Do this," and they obey me. Unlike the Jewish leaders, this outsider was not asking for a sign from Jesus about his divinity. This Roman is just displaying belief and trust in the power of Jesus' word. Put yourself back there. Look at Jesus. His eyes are beaming with the smile all over his face. A heathen, a Gentile, believed him to be his helper. When Jesus heard this Roman soldier say that, he was amazed. Turning to those who were following him, he said, "I tell you the truth, I haven't seen faith like this in all of Israel. And I tell you this, many Gentiles will come from all over the world, from east and west, and sit down with Abraham and Jacob and Isaac at the feast in the kingdom of heaven." And then with sadness he says, "While many Israelites, those for whom the kingdom was prepared, will miss out on heaven." Then Jesus said to the Roman officer, "Go back home, because you believed. It has happened. He is healed." And the young man was healed that same hour. In the book Desire of Ages, page 317, I read, the Jewish leaders who recommended the centurion to Jesus had shown how far they were from possessing the love of the gospel. They did not recognise that our great need is our only claim to God's mercy. Did you get that? Our great need is our only claim to God's mercy. We don't have any credentials to offer Jesus, but if we have a need, he says, come to me. In their self-righteousness, these Jewish leaders commended the centurion because of the help he had shown to our nation. The officer had recognised he was unworthy. His heart was touched and open to the grace of God, to the grace of Jesus. He admitted his unworthiness, and yet he was not afraid to ask Jesus for help. Faith began to enlighten his mind as he saw in Jesus not only someone to heal the need that he had, but he also saw in Jesus a friend, a saviour. And the Roman officer came believing that just by Jesus speaking the word of healing, it would happen. By laying his request before Jesus, he waits for the answer. The most important lesson I learned from here and apply to my life is I need to believe Jesus will answer my requests, and then I need to wait, believing this promise which is found in Romans 8 and verse 28, that God causes everything to work together for good to those who love him and are called according to his purpose for them. I have mentioned it before. Not everyone's prayer is answered immediately or the way we want it to. But here is a reminder from Paul when he tells us, let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. So I suggest you underline these two texts. Keep them tucked away in your heart, believing that the best outcome is on the way to your prayer, because Jesus causes everything to work together for good to those who love him. Yes, my friends, we can depend on Jesus, that as we come to him, believing, not doubting, but believing that all of his promises will be fulfilled in us as we invite him into our lives. So why not invite him into your life today and feel the peace and the joy and the comfort he gives as we believe and trust in him. It's my prayer today for each and every one. Have a blessed day with Jesus.